Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I am the False God, and we are playing today as Phaeacia. We are jumping in on turn 50. Alright. What do we got? We're doing some Cloud Trapeze. We're trying to catch those tyrants with our kitted out, what are they called? Storm Captains. Doing some more Manifest Vitriol. Dogs of Gold and Silver. We found a Flesh Eater's Isle. Oh, it's really impressive sounding magic site that does not do anything helpful for us. Okay, so I think this is us. I got the script wrong. They are supposed to be standing together. And the idea here, right, is that they are going to team up, chop through enough of the PD quickly that they can then go and fight and kill this guy. Also, there has been a Dominions update since the turn this was played. So there is a definite chance of results being different. So you can see we chop through the PD just fine. We get a little caught up on the archers, though. And we really need those archers to rout so that they both start attacking. Because, yeah, see, this guy got killed first. And then we lost. Which is also what happened in the game. It did not work. So I need to go back to the drawing board on that one. We also had them counter raid us with triple air elementals. So this is pretty expensive in the sense, right? That's 3 gems, and they all had to, I believe, teleport in, or Cloud Trapeze in, which I think is 2. Check that. I think it's an enchantment. Yeah. Oh, 3 each. So that cost them 12 gems, right? Now, they may have plenty of gems banked up, but it's not nothing. And they killed our Colossi Storm Captain. I don't remember how well geared this guy was. This guy has a lot of gems on him, though. This Vine Shield is expensive. The rest of this is pretty cheap, but the Vine Shield hurts. So, I think that this was avoidable. I think that I should have seen this coming. And I could have just scripted this guy to, like, fly and retreat. And he probably would have made it off the field. Back into friendly territory. So that's unfortunate. That's another learning moment for us. Happened again here. There's a golem in our pond. Double Frostbrand, Starshine Skullcap so it can cast Teleport, Full Plate, Quickness, Storm Spool, and a Dancing Shield. I don't know exactly what shock stuff he's worried about underwater, but it's never great when our underwater stuff is in peril. That's not where we want to be. So I think he also has a funny name. The Angler has come into our puddle, so that's a problem. We also got some Float Cat Horrors attacking us, which is just, you know, a little bit of extra pain. Here we get raided just by some Mouflons. Here we get raided by a Tyrant. Here we counter raid successfully. Tyrant. Here, I was trying to knock them off my fort, but so I just sent out like a small little random bit of crap, but they moved more stuff on. So our small little random bit of crap doesn't work, which is unfortunate. Here, we lost. So this is just a Frostbrand against a decent amount of PD, I think. But he's just not able to cut through everybody, it looks like. He just takes too much damage. He dies in this, but he died in this too, retreating in enemy territory, but let's see. Filigra poked us. Tyrant. A Revenant plus Devils. And a Care. So we got raided really hard here. And I did not effectively counter raid this turn. We'll look at the events real quick. We're still getting hit by the Raging A lot of gems, actually. That's really nice. We are Misfortune. Wow. Holy crap. We got, let's see, that's 12, 20, 31. Let's see, 35, 37, 40, 50. We got 56. 56 gems this turn from events with Misfortune 2. We also lost our lab. So, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. So we're going to move everybody here. Have one person, I think, yeah, one person's going to rebuild the lab. But this area is pretty far off from the fighting anyway, so I'm happy enough to move. We need to start coming up with kits to deal with this guy. We need to go back to the drawing board on these tyrants. If we look at the province graph, right, we got crushed this turn. We're once again being besieged here, and there's still an army up here. So, with that said, what are we going to do about it? We're also being besieged here, but it's just by the one tyrant. So we're sending out a group to break this siege. Let's see. We've got, essentially, we're sending out, I think it's 5, 6, 7, anybody else? 8. Sending out 8 of our Colossi Weavers. They're going to communion up. One of them, this one has plus 5 pen. This one has plus 3. They're going to communion lead, and they're going to go for Enslave Mind. So we're putting a decent amount of gems into this effort, but we're going to try and steal this tyrant. He's doing Iron Will in his script eventually, and he has a lead shield. So he's going to get up to 25 MR. But a standard Enslave Mine, I think, is just MR neutral. So like normal. Is it not in there? There it is. Is just a magic resistance negate, so that's a 14. We're then going to add 5, so that's a 19 to the one and 3 to the other, so that's a 17. We will then communion up with 4 people under. So that's going to take the leaders both have 2 already, so they're going to get a 2 path boost up to 4, so they can cast it, and then Light of the Northern Stars going up as well. So up to 5, which is going to give them an extra point of pen, I believe. So they're actually, so the ones at 20 against 25 for the first bit. What was it? Yeah, 20 against 21, and then against 25. So that you need a decent number of casts, and this is losable, but it is definitely doable. We're trying to Cloud Trapeze to kill some of those air elemental casters who no longer have any gems. So we're sending out some more of our dudes there. Down here, I think we're forging another Rune Smasher, Water Bracelet, Rune Smasher, Starshine Skullcap. We're getting our Mind Hunt battery online. It's more armor. This is a Ring of Water Breathing, I think. I think is what we're doing. I guess we could look at it here. Some more, yeah, you can see a couple of Cloud Trapeze going off. We're doing Manifest Vitriol and Vile Water down here. We're going to try and regain some troops to hold the gate. Because really, our mages are what's going to win our fights, not our troops. So we just need somebody to stand in the gate for just a little while. And we'll potentially, that can be enough. Yeah, Rune Smasher, Water Bracelets, Crystal Coin. Yeah, it is a Ring of Water Breathing. We're going to try and put together a couple kits. We're going to look to send some of our dudes underwater, and we do need 2 of them, I think. We have a couple of options. The one that I found most consistent in testing was just to send them down there with a bunch of water gear and some temporary water gems and some real water gems and just cast mass of living water. And that worked in testing every time. You could also, like, we could try and get cheeky and try and steal it. But that did not work as frequently in testing and seemed risky. This guy has 19 MR. Oh, I guess we didn't really... I don't know if I showed a script. He's doing Astral Shield, Body Ethereal, and Blink. So only 19 MR. But Opposition, which would be the spell we'd have to cast on him. I think is what it's called. It's an astral spell. It may not be in... Maybe it's an enchantment? Opposition. The problem is the range sucks. And this is just Soul Slide. This is the one that would kill him. It is... There's another one, though, that would attempt to steal him. What is that called? No. Is it alteration? Control. We could try and use this to take him. The problem being the range sucks. And it does take a gem per attempt. So I did test it. It didn't seem like it was reliable enough, especially because we have to throw a lot of extra gear together to get a communion underwater who could reliably do it. I could thug this guy out with a prince, and that worked, but I felt like the water elemental plan was a lot safer. So that's what we're going to try and do to deal with this guy. So we have some plans to deal with this. We have plans to try and start dealing with these tyrants. Currently, we need to... We're not raiding. We're doing a little bit of counter raiding. We're not really counter raiding enough. And we're trying to... I believe we're trying to mine hunt this to death, by the way. Or the care. The care, by the way, means that they have broken into blood. So we're trying to mine hunt out those hard to catch. So I feel like we have some strategies we're doing, but everything we're doing right now is defensive. I think I'm attacking like 2 provinces. So that's no good, right? We need to be kitting out effective thugs that can go and put pressure on what he is doing, right? We have a lot of options to do that. I'm just sort of not, we could throw more of, we could do more cloud trapeze in. We could better script our people who are cloud trapezing in to not get caught on the way out. We could try and send in little raiding parties of, just troops potentially. I don't think the remotes are a good idea. He's been putting a pretty good amount of PD in, so I don't think we're gonna try and remote him out. And we need to move our armies. So this is the other thing I'm not doing a good job of, right? Like, this army is sitting here. This army, like, I'm losing the raiding war, and that means I have to win the big battle war, right? Can't sit here. Can't just sit and take it, because we're not winning that fight. Like, I'm coming with solutions to kill a lot of his stuff, and hopefully they'll work, but you can't just sit around. So I think this is a mistake. I should have either already moved these troops before, or I need to say, they'll show up for round 2. This army has got to go, right? We have plenty of stuff here. How many troops do we have? 43 troops plus another 30. We have enough troops, right? The troops aren't going to win this whole battle for us. We're going to go in there, buff up the troops. They can hold the line. We can put down some shock resistance. We can put down, Wrath of God or whatever. We can do lots of air elementals. We have a lot of options. We've got a bunch of these Stormina bottles to keep that offensive powered up and moving. There's only 2. There's 2 in the bank right now, but there are more out. I need to give out these shrouds and these coral blades. So that's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. Like I said, these guys are moving to the fight. Well, they're not really. They're moving to go and keep researching, but they should be moving to the fight. Besides that, this party needs to... We have no money, and we can't recruit anything here anyway. Like, the unrest is so high. This party needs an army. So we probably should be moving... We don't really have... We are a little short on troops. Like, this army needs to move. This army needs to be equipped, and it needs to move, you know, in here and up here. This army needs to break this siege so that it can move. Wherever we do have troops left, we could potentially concentrate them somewhere down here and then look to reinforce with a gateway. We have a lot of water gems, so I'm really trying to use those. You can see we're out of fire gems. Tons of water. So that's why we're trying to get all this vile water stuff together. The problem, of course, and Manifest Vitriol, they make stuff really slowly. You know, I don't know. If I look at this guy, right? So Manifest Vitriol is very good. It is gem efficient. It is not mage turn efficient. So I wonder, like, if there's something else that I could have used to more effectively put together a lot of troops. This is not this is the sea monster one. I don't immediately see one that I want. Winter Wolves would give 5 effects. Sea Trolls would give 5 effects, but they're not very good. So that's, you know, I could make Ice Drakes, like he's got Ice Drakes. Manifest Vitriol, like I said. We could potentially have people do... no, we don't have the Earth for that. Some of the people with Earth could theoretically cast more Dogs of Gold and Silver, but those are slow. You only get 2 per. What is the... Isn't there like a water Earth that makes not the Terracotta Warriors, but the Clay Warriors? Maybe it's not Water Earth? What is that? I think it's enchantment. Take off that. Claymen. It is Water Earth. Why am I? Oh, this person doesn't have water. Right. We have Water Earth is a. They just have Earth. It's kind of a tougher cross path for us in some ways, but we do have access to some of it. We could maybe be doing that. We could be putting more air gems into things like the Great Eagles. I think it's too late for the Draconians. But we could potentially, you know, if we look at what is forgeable, particularly with the Lucid mod on, that one's fire gems. I think, are there just the 2? So this is really expensive. It gives a ton of earth gems. And our god could cast that, I believe. Yeah, definitely. We could look to forge something like that. And again, we have the steel oven, so it'd be a lot cheaper, right? Nominally, it's 25. But oops, not cast, forge. But for him to cast, and this is a crown, right? If we put a hammer on, let's see, I didn't see what. So it's at 25 now. Yeah, 20, and then another 2 off. It costs us 18. I mean, it's a lot. We have to keep that guy alive. But with those gems, we could make a lot of temporary troops. But there's also, I think, a cheaper one, maybe. The Chassis of the Mountain gives 2 temporary gems. And that would be a little bit cheaper. We don't have any fire gems, though, but could maybe try and get some. There's a lot of temporary air gems. I'm trying to remember. I think the other Earth... the standard Earth temporary gem item is the Bloodstone, which we're not going to get very easily. There's air and nature gems. Yeah, I don't immediately remember there being any more Earth gem ones, but maybe I'm just not thinking it. But if we get, like, earth gems or use the elemental apprentice for fire gems. All of those things can fuel elementals, or for us as a Greek nation, the dragon teeth, right? This is 10 guys for 1 gem. So if we put, one of those items, us give some people some gems, or maybe 2 of those items, right? We could make a huge portion of our army on the field with us. So we don't need as many troops, but kind of yeah, I'm relatively happy with my solutions that I'm coming up with, at least at this point, to deal with some of his threats. What I'm not happy with is my passivity, and my inability to put meaningful rating pressure back on him. So let's go ahead and jump to 51. I mean, we have to do 51 a little bit more quickly. I kind of rambled on there. So here, we mine hunt, but don't get anybody. Our storm captain is successful here. Our storm captain loses here, or one of them does. Or I guess it's just one. I don't know why I thought there was more than one. This guy doesn't have much in the way of gear. So I had sent him out here to be able to kind of try and deal with the mages, but that doesn't work because the mages just retreated. Oh, that's why I saw two kills. So that's dumb. That doesn't work. Not a good play. We took back a province. We get attacked by a horse tribe chief, but we defend. Ulm has attacked us. So that's bad. Just 41. There's just some little raids. 35. Just a, one master smith per party, basically. It's nothing we can't handle in general, but we're already stretched pretty hard by Phaeacia. So that's not what we needed. We're trying, I think, to get some diplomacy, maybe. It didn't help. This all happened while I was on vacation. But we're trying to get some diplomacy going to see if we can get somebody else to help us in this war. We went ahead and pinged what Phaeacia has here. They've recouped a lot of their former army. Here, the golem kills some shrimp. And the Revenant and the Devils kill our Storm Captain and our some more of our troops, which is unfortunate. And that was here. Now, I think a decent number of these guys might have been injured. Yeah, we're sort of sick and dying already, but yeah, the Devils make short work of them. A bunch of unexpected events, although a lot of them at this point are fairly expected. That's nice, though. I do have misfortune, right? We got a golden apple. We got more gems from an event, which is pretty nice. Our scout got sussed out. And we got a hero, Milite. And so we're going to go ahead and give... Milite is actually a native amphibian. We're going to give her and Kyphos here a bunch of water gems. They're going to go try and pick off this golem. They're going to go try and get him here. The Flagrant Tyrant moved off of our fortress. So we're going to actually send these guys who we had originally trying to break the siege, which they did. They're going to try and actually intercept this guy here. That's sailing coming in handy. So we're going to try that. We're back to being broken here, so we're going to head and continuing our Vile Water and our Manifest Vitriol. And we've got our guys geared up as best we can to hold this fort. Yeah, Ulm coming in here, taking our stuff. We don't have any ability to project power in the area right now. We need more water gear if we're gonna get more water summons, because like these guys just can't cast anything useful. You need to be water 2 to cast anything useful. So I have this big force here, but with no troops, they're not very effective. I need to be able to put together troops somewhere, somehow, so I can actually go out and fight. I'm going for a King of Elemental Earth. You know, in retrospect, I don't know about that. He's going to be great in that we're going to finish Alteration in 2 turns, and he can cast Army of Gold, Army of Lead. And I think that is what I was waiting for, but I shouldn't have. You can't wait forever for the best spell, right? I needed to go make something happen with my troops. And if, you know, take some fights, and if we don't win those fights, then we come back with Army of Gold in 2 turns. We just can't sit around all day, which is what I do in this case, or at least for this turn. We're forging another kit to try and deal with the tyrants. Next time, hopefully, we're going to try and go in. We're going to try and anticipate them so they can fight with our PD instead of fighting into their PD. We're doing mine hunts. Queen of Elemental Air as well. Cast those big air spells for us. I don't... That sort of feels like a spew. I think that I could have better spent those on troops. We're not missing in big air casters. We're missing in troops. Burning... Yeah. So, that's kind of what we're up to. You can see, right? This is not... There are not enough red arrows on this map. I lost, like, some of my forces that were out, theoretically raiding, and I kind of just clammed up. Which doesn't work. So, and these are things that are easy to say in hindsight, but I think I knew a little bit at the time, too. I needed to do something. It's just, wasn't sure what to do. So, yeah, a lot of mistakes going on here. We're still going to try. Hopefully next turn we'll see if we can pick off any of these guys and see if we can sort of spur ourselves into action. But in any event, that is it for turn 51. Thanks everybody for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.